Yo, what's up, everybody? Bangle Mac here, and today we're diving into one of Predecessor's biggest patch ever. And by biggest, I mean I hope you brought some snacks, because we might be here for a minute. With that being said, we've got a new hero, 38 new items, new map mode, rank changes, nitro changes, and basically everything except for a skill buff to my aim, which is honestly kind of rude from the developers. Make sure you let them know that they didn't give you that patch either in the comments down below. If you want the full patch breakdown without reading a novel that could easily pass for college credit, smash that like button. Let's get into it. First up, we have Eden, the newest hero and an original hero from the predecessor developers. Gameplay-wise, she swaps between a range stance, rapid-fire blaster mode, like she strapped a minigun to a sewing machine. It just goes brrr. All right. Now she has a melee stance, big sweeping combos, built-in sustain, and the confidence of someone who never checks their bank account. Her whole deal is heat, deal damage, build heat, and you pop off. Once you hit max heat, she does her limit break ultimate. That means, for those of you out there that maybe don't understand this, she has access to her ultimate level 1 if she plays it correctly. So please be careful in those long sustained fights against her in the duo lane. Once you hit max heat, she does her limit break ultimate. In range, she goes full anime and fires laser beams from orbit. In melee, she teleports everywhere like she forgot what personal space is and does large AoE damage. Eden is all about flow. Poke, swap, punch, build heat, anime ult, and repeat until everyone's dead and you forget what stance that you're in. All right. The item shop is getting absolutely revamped. We have 38 new items, which is a great news unless you hate reading, in which case, sorry in advance. Let's break it down without melting your brain. So first up, we have Crest Evolutions. Congratulations, you now have a super button. Every crest now evolves into something with an actual active ability. It's like the dev said, let's just give everyone the ability for playmaking, no matter what role you're in. The short version of each. For Marksman, we have Exodus, which you throw a grenade that knocks people back and makes them take more damage. For Rogue, we have Abyssal Dart. Fire Dart, tag target, and teleport to them. It's basically saying, surprise, I'm now on top of you. Next up, we have Gravitum of the Warrior Tree. It's a long-range shot that grounds the first hero hit. Perfect for that one annoying Wukong that seems to always get away. For Magician, we have Void Gazer. Shoot Void Goo, slow enemies, deal more damage. What's that on your shirt? Oh yeah, it's pain. Next up, we have Winter's Fury, specifically out of the Occult tree. You make a giant ice field that slows and amps magic damage around you, because every mage deserves their own Frozen 3. Am I right? Now for Consort Crest, this is a support crest, we have the Pygmy Dust. You can shrink allies, it gives them a brief little speed boost, and then you can also shrink enemies, which also reduces their damage. Honey, I shrunk the jungler. Now, for Guardian, the other support crest, we have Fluorescence. You place a bounce pad that yeets heroes into the sky. You are now legally to say boing every time you hit one. I don't make the rules. That's just how it is. And then finally, for the Titan Crest, we have Earth Spirit. You can transform into a rolling boulder. Become Donkey Kong's worst nightmare. Takeaway, crests aren't passes anymore. They're tiny ultimates with a dream. All right, next up, we have Tier 1 and Tier 2 items. So let's rapid fire these so we don't pass up. Tier 1, we have Spirit Locket. More mana regen as you run out. AKA, please stop spamming abilities. Challenge impossible. Tenacious Gem, cheap tenacity. CC mains hate this one weird gem. Tier 2, we have Divine Pouch. How it gives you health plus better healing / shielding. We have Imbued Amulet, which gives you health and mana. Letter Tunic, mixed armor, so you stop dying to literally everything. And then we have Runic Veil, which gives you health and magic defense. These don't change the mana, but they will stop you from buying the wrong stuff and crying. Now for the carry items, shoot faster, kill faster, and look cooler. We have the Cursed Ring, which you break the normal attack speed cap, and you swing so fast your hero looks like you're vibrating into another dimension. We have Necrosis, more alt damage plus alt haste. Basically, what if my ultimate was my entire build? Then we have Ruination. Drain enemy mana, turn it into true damage. Perfect for bullying casters who thought they were safe. And then Scattershot, my personal favorite. Autos now fire 2 homing missiles at nearby enemies. It's like if your basic attack said, hey, I brought backup. Next, for the assassin items, the delete button intensifies. We have Alternator. So it goes from Alternator to Alternata. It evolves. It's an evolving item. So as you use your ultimate ability, for those of you that are on PC, it's your RMB. For those of you that are on console, I'm sorry, I don't know what button that is. It's your rightmost one. If you're thinking of Kalari, it's your daggers, if that makes sense. But anyway, you evolve it, and suddenly your alternate refunds cooldowns. A perfect gift for assassins who love pressing buttons very fast. Then we have the Manta Scythe. Bonus power for killing minions and extra damage to isolated targets, aka start farming alone challenge failed. Now, we have the fighter items. Bruiser life gets better. We have Solstice. You build stacks, cash them in, boom, big heal, big damage. It's like a cashback reward program, but for violence. Now we have Volcanica. Casting abilities lowers other cooldowns. If you like spamming buttons, this one's your soulmate. Then we have, I don't even know how to pronounce this word. I'm just going to stick with Carapace. I think that's right. But stack hits, trigger bonus damage, and you get a shield. You become a spiky turtle with trust issues. Next up, we have mage items, because why should ADCs have all the fun? We have Amulet of Chaos. Takedowns basically reset your cooldowns, snowball harder than a Canadian winter. And we have Claw of Hermes. Auto drain mana, turn into true damage, mana bar, more like extra health bar for me to steal. Then we have the Gaussian Greaves, I believe is how you say it. But you get a double jump. Hey, everyone's Decker now. Yes, and you heard me, a double jump. You're a platform fighter character now. You can literally Goomba stop your teammates and slow them around you whenever you land. And we have Life Core. Damage enemies, charge a wisp, you're an ally. You're basically a magical Roomba that cleans up team fights. Perfect for champs like Faye, if you're going to healing augment. Next up, we have Orion. Ability haste becomes your attack speed. For those of you that have been playing for a long time, if I remember correctly, this is the old passive of what Magnify used to be. So for those of you, shout out to old Magnify, but the more haste you build, the more attack speed that you get. So this is perfect for on-hit builds like the Bellica build. Whenever you go the Pulse Fire rounds with the Typhoon, it pretty much does exactly what you want it to do. Gives you increased attack speed for no extra cost because you're already building those items. Then we have Spectral Schematics, which I think will be a sleeper item on Aurora. But you immobilize enemies and you deal 6% of their target's current health back to them as bonus damage. Now your CC hurts even more emotionally. Now support and tank mains out there. Shield Bomb, Zombie Dad, and everything in between. Okay? Devotion. Better heals / shields on low HP allies. AKA, oh god, don't die, don't die. Okay, you're just fine. Enra's Blessing. Auto shields allies who get CC'd. Great for saving teammates who didn't ward. And we have the Luxforge Lantern, which is kind of an interesting one. It's a permanent power for takedowns and ward kills. Supports. Finally, killing wards is rewarding. So essentially, it's a basic item that gives you 30 physical power as well as some other stats. You'll be able to see it somewhere around here. And every time you kill a ward or get a takedown, you get 2 stacks. And it maxes out at 30. And each of those stacks give you 1 permanent physical power. So eventually it stacks up to 60. So I'm interested to see how those people maybe that play Wraith support or other AD supports play that. It could be really beneficial in the jungle. Or maybe it could be like a sleeper pick item for in other roles. Doesn't necessarily have to be support. Maybe even a jungle build. Let me know what you think in the comments. And then next up we have Xenia, which you stand near your allies. They get a shield. Congrats, your Wi-Fi. Stand close to the best signal. Then now we have tank items. We have the Cursed Scroll. You notice earlier how I said something about a Cursed Ring. Well, this is the counterpart, a Cursed Scroll. Now, keep in mind, you can only build 1 cursed item. So you can't build both. Sorry. But Cursed Scroll, auto attack damage, damages both you and your enemies. Me, when I choose violence, if I go down, I'm taking you with me type energy. This could be perfect for champs like Chimera or Grux that have a lot of sustain in their team fights or in their 1v1s. And that way you're able to do increased damage to the enemy. Next, we have Inquisition. Ability cast, send out a damaging wave. Press ability, people around you suffer. Nice. Rebirth. Revive as a drone, survive long enough, and you revive at full 50% health and 50% mana. You become a Fortnite reboot van. Okay? I've had some personal fun with this item. If you catch any of the streams, by the way, I stream on Twitch. Make sure you go down to the link below and drop me a follow. I do stream. But I had some fun with this item live on stream where I was playing as support Morn, and I was able to survive a lot of the time just because they weren't expecting me to have that revive ability. And it was actually really clutch for a lot of team fights. So it is a fun item that will catch your opponents off guard. Next, we have Transference. Shields turn into healing plus speed boost. Great synergy with shield supports like Muriel. We also have Vainglory, which builds stacking armor by simply existing in fights. The longer you fight, the tankier you get, like a rage meter, but for armor. So perfect for your champs like Sevarog or Steel. So if they pick all AD, guess what? I now have a counter for that. Now on to our next thing, the World Shift, also known as Frostfall. The map now has a Frostfall mode that kicks in mid-game, and this means new paths, new terrain, visuals get weirder, and geysers that yeet you around. So the geysers stay just like in the previous map change. So that's nice. I like geysers. Keep geysers. Anyway, basically the game becomes Mario Kart for a few minutes. Learn the layout fast, or you'll get flanked by someone with a dream and a stun. Okay. These ice walls and ice roads are really cool. There's even one that makes an X in the middle of mid lane. For my TNA wrestling fans, it kind of looks like the X Championship match. So shout out if you understand that reference. Now we also have a loadout builder. You can build and save loadouts ahead of time. No more scrolling shop like you're browsing Amazon mid-fight. Also, you can share builds with codes, which is great if your friends build nonsense and you need to fix them. I'm talking to you, Wookie. Next up, we have the rank split. New rank is coming out. Well, not necessarily new ranked, but update to rank. We are getting a rank reset. Everyone's moving back down 5 divisions, as well as the internal MMR is being reset. Nitro mid changes are also coming in as well. Nitro is now shorter, faster, and more chaotic. Wave times are faster, objectives are quicker, and games target about 15 minutes. Basically the perfect mode for warm-ups, quick games, highlight clips, or when your duo says one more and they're lying. Finally, what this meta means, Eden is going to be a pick ban for at least 2 weeks. Items are going to feel like a new game. Supports and tanks are eating good. Frostfall is going to make people get lost like it's their first time playing. Ranked is fresh. Nitro is a brawl pit. Chaos, yes. Fun, also yes. But for some quick tips before heading into the new patch, I recommend start eating in rage stance unless you enjoy dying. So don't level up that stance change just yet. Don't sit on heat like it's a Bitcoin. Use your ult. It's free. She's a manaless champ. Try one new item per match so your brain doesn't melt. When Frostfall hits, check your minimap like it owes you money. And in ranked, play a small hero pool. This is not the time for discovering your inner Kalari. All right, y'all. That is the full breakdown of patch v1.10 Echoes of the Immortals. Comment below, which new item are you trying to grief your games with first? Hit that like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bengal Mac, out.